Dr. PK sir has joined or not?
Just 1 minute.
I think he has joined from Mr. Parmendra. He has joined. Mhm. हम्म। नमस्कार सर, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। हम कुछ ही देर में स्टार्ट करते हैं, जैसे ही लगभग 200 के करीब पार्टिसिपेंट्स ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं।
You can take your time, no issue in it. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Welcome, sir. सर तब तक आप एक स्क्रीन शेयर कर लीजिए, like your PPT, just for cross checking. It's there. Can you please 1 or 2 slides, sir, just for confirmation? Slides are moving or not? Yeah, it's moving. Done, sir. Done. Thank you.
Welcome.
चुप रहियो। Almost 200 participants have joined. So I'll start the session. Good evening, everyone. This side Nandini Sharma from AgriMeet Foundation Bharat, and I welcome you all to the Bharat 2025 International Training, 30 Days Training. It is my honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed speaker for day 24, Professor P.K. Dashura, a distinguished academic leader and accomplished administrator and a highly respected educationist from Rajasthan. Sir, you have served the academic world for decades with remarkable dedication, hailing originally from Udaipur. You have held some of the most prestigious positions, including Vice Chancellor of Govind Guru Tribal University, President of Adarsh Vidya Mandir, Chairman of University Management Committees, and member of numerous high-level section boards across Rajasthan and India. Your academic journey is equally inspiring from your early education in Udaipur to your postgraduate and doctoral studies at Rajasthan University. You have continuously contributed to the growth of higher education. Since 1990, you have served at Udaipur University and MPUAT in several leadership roles: Dean, Director, Head of the Department, Student Welfare Officer, Media Coordinator, and Research Administrator. Your contributions to national and international platforms are extraordinary. You have successfully guided over 350 PhD scholars, PG students, and supervised nearly 700 research students, shaping the next generation of researchers. More than 80 national and international research papers, 4 books, and over 100 conference presentations stand as a testimony to your academic excellence. Your service also extends to society, being a member of the Rajasthan Lok Seva Ayog, Central and State Education Board, NSS programs, academic councils, research bodies, and many government committees entrusted with recruitment and educational platforms. Your visionary leadership, your commitment to students, and your continuous contribution to education, agriculture, and administration makes you a role model for all of us. Currently, you are serving as a Vice Chancellor of Mangal Yatan University, Aligarh, UP, India, and we are very grateful for your presence, sir, on the behalf of entire AgriMeet Foundation Bharat, UGC, ICR Bharat 2025. We extend a warm welcome and a respectful welcome to you. We are truly honored to have you with us today, sir, and we look forward to learning from your rich experience and deep insights. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर. Over to you. Session is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Dear participants, it's a matter of pleasure for me to interact with you all in boosting holistic agriculture through research awareness and training. Friends, when we talk of it and we talk of agricultural production, agriculture development, we all are very well aware that we got independence in the year 1947. We were not sufficient as regards food grain is concerned. We used to be titled as a country which is agriculture based. As a result, when time came when we were solely dependent on a supply of food grain from USA, and that too, the food grain which we got was not sufficient enough. The food grain which we got was not of the quality. The wheat which we imported from USA under PL480 was such that it was not possible for we Indians to consume it, but we consumed it because we were short of production. As a result, our late Honorable Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri ji asked people of India to go for fast one time a week, and we all followed it. We witnessed that situation. We are part of it. And the country took cognizance of this bad situation. And MS Swaminathan came with some strategy. And that strategy helped us. Revolution. And that revolution helped us to reach to today's situation where we are excess of production. I think we all are aware that we have food grains storage sufficient for consumption for coming 3 years. Green Revolution was initiated by MS Swaminathan, and in the sequence, we witnessed Blue Revolution, Yellow Revolution, White Revolution, and Rainbow of Revolution. Ultimately, Swaminathan sir proposed us Evergreen Revolution. From Green Revolution to Evergreen Revolution, we have come. Who contributed it? It is our agriculture scientists, our agriculture extension workers, our farmers who are the progressive farmers who become icon. The hard work of our farming community made us sufficient in the field of food grain production, not only in food grain production, but milk production. We are a little short in oilseed production, but still we are very comfortably managing all things, and we are in a position to export even. We all know that the rice, the wheat, the spices, and many other things we have been exporting. The result is because of the dedicated work of our farmers, agricultural scientists. And if I just say that in the year 2025, we see that we are independent India. We are India moving towards developed country, aspiring to be a country which is leader of the world. The credit goes to our agriculture scientists, our farmers, our agriculture universities, our students who opted agriculture for their studies, and we have been developing it. At the time of our independence, our population was only 33 to 36 crores. And today it is 140 crores. We are meeting the food demand of 140 crores of people of India. And if I am not wrong, Government of India ensures that no one sleeps hungry, no one dies of hunger. Who is to be given credit of it? Certainly agriculture scientists, agriculture people. Everything which relates to agriculture, certainly the independence is being assured by our military also, by our industry also, And not only this, but each citizen of India also, they are for the united and independent India, brilliant India, shining India. But still, the contribution of agriculture scientists cannot be ignored for the development process. But as on today, when we just see that the growth at which the population is increasing, the rate at which population is increasing, we should think in terms of the coming time also. What will be the situation after 10 years hence, 20 years hence, 50 years hence? We all are aware that we have almost surpassed the population of China. Perhaps we are going to the biggest population-wise country in the world. And in this situation, we need to address our strategy of development to ensure that our process of development is sustainable development. Our development is sustainable. And friends, if I just ask you to explain me what is development, it is ensuring a comfortable life in the parameters, considering parameters of health, hygiene, clothing, shelter, and a homogeneous, harmonious life. And this development is taking place, but can we ensure that the development will continue 10 years hence, 10 years after, 20 years after, or still further? And in that situation, we need to understand that what is development and how do we get the development completed in the field of our process. Then we need that what is sustainable development. The development which is there, which ensures the fulfillment of the requirement of coming generation. And we need to understand it suitably. We need to define it that what is sustainable development? It refers to development meeting the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And this need is not only in terms of agriculture, but it is in terms of everything. Everything which we need to sustain, to maintain our life gracefully, happily, in an coordinated manner. And that too for coming generation also, it refers to the development meeting the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And for that, we need to understand what are the three pillars of sustainable development. Friends, there are basically three pillars. One is environmental sustainability. Second one is economic sustainability. Third one is social sustainability. The environmental sustainability means that water, air, and not only flora and fauna, all should be preserved, maintained, and the quality of air should be such that it can help people to live and breathe comfortably. Water should be such that it is potable, it is contamination less, it is in a situation that it doesn't create any health hazard. Not only this, the environmental sustainability should be such that every living creature should have freedom and comfortable lifespan. Do we know that what is going on today? I think such situation was not on record in the past when leopards were seen moving in the streets. in the offices, in the schools. And it is not only one-time incident. As in today, it is increasing rapidly. It is an issue that many living creatures, many species have become extinct. They are not available as on today. And we need to ensure that the environment should be friendly enough for every living being. Second one is the economic sustainability. The gap between poor and rich is increasing at the speed. Should anybody who has taken birth on the land, on the earth, should have sufficient economic background, support, earning to meet his minimum basic needs and live comfortably. If it is not there, perhaps the development is not sustainable. And third one is social sustainability. The third very important pillar, which goes hand in hand with environmental and economic sustainability, is social sustainability. The social divide should be minimized. We all are witnessing it today that the gap between different societies, social sectors, whether it is increasing or decreasing. When we consider certain parameters, we see that it is decreasing. But on other hand, we see that on other parameters, it is increasing. Say, untouchability is decreasing. Many bad practices are getting removed. We have almost removed Sati Pratha. We have almost removed Parda Pratha. We have almost removed child marriages. But the gap between castes, for any reason, the gap between haves and have-nots, it is increasing at a tremendous speed. So in order to ensure the development is sustainable, it will remain in future, we need to ensure that development should ensure that environment is developed and is made in such a manner, is protected in such a manner that for coming generation, environment is no hazard. Likewise, every person who takes birth on the earth is given or will have sufficient economic support. And there is no social divide between people. All people are equal. The gap between male and female, the difference between gender difference, the caste difference, the creed difference, they all should be removed. And if they are removed, then we say that we are in a socially sustainable society. There are certain challenges also. We can say that climate is one important challenge. The climate change, climate is change in the climate, existing climate is taking at a very rapid speed. We have to address it very judiciously. The inequality, economic inequality, the social inequality, the educational inequality, the opportunities are not equal to everybody. It should be addressed suitably. It is a big challenge. And with these two challenges, the resources, the natural resources available with human being is depleting at a very, very fast speed. You all are aware about the availability of the coal. About 50 years ago, sufficient coal was available for consumption. Even our railways were running on the basis of coal. We all were cooking our food either on the firewood or on coal. But today, perhaps it is very difficult to get coal from the earth because we have almost consumed. Likewise, the petrol is a big resource. We are short of it now. We are shifting to other measures, other possibilities. The petrol which was available in abundance, we consumed it. And the countries, though those who were just sustaining on the basis of the export of coal, are in problem now. Export of petrol are in problem now. Water, a big resource. As on today, it is very difficult to get potable water. Today, we all know that when we move from home, perhaps we need to take a bottle of water with us. We are all afraid that a time may come that we all may need to carry a small oxygen cylinder with us to take breathe. So all these are natural resources. They are depleting, and we need to address the challenges occurring on account of the change in climate, the increasing inequality, the depletion in the resources, and keeping all these in mind, not only in one country, all over the globe, the United Nations developed certain development goals, and in number they are 17. United Nations given a universal call to achieve sustainable future by 2030. We are waiting for the time 2030. And the areas identified by United Nations for sustainable development are 17 areas. I need not go in detail, but still we all know that poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, water, energy, economics, industry, innovation, infrastructure, sustainable cities and communities, consumption pattern and production, climate, not only this, life below water, life on the land. For all society, we need that peace, justice, strong institutions, and not only these 16, but a partnership of all these 16 dimensions for achieving a sustainable future, a sustainable development. So I need not go in detail. We all are academicians. We are well introduced to all these parameters and all these goals. For achieving it, what do we need? We need researches. At the outset, I just mentioned that the effort of agriculture scientists made us self-sufficient in the food grains, and the data collected by that, the inferences drawn by the data collected by the scientists, agriculture scientists, helped us to be sufficient in food grains and milk, nearing sufficient in oilseed, pulses, having capacity to export spices, medicines. Certainly, everything is based on data. We all are in academics, and we have certainly collected data at one or another point of time, maybe for some project, maybe some for research, maybe for PhD work. But the quantum of data collected is very low. the rate at which data are being generated today, it is very, very fast. We can say it is galloping rate. It is exponential rate. It is just not a linear rate. And to make it available to everybody to analyze it and to make strategies for future development, we need to have some strategies for it also. The quantum of data which we are generating, which is available, perhaps we cannot imagine. Usually we think of the gigabytes, data in gigabytes, terabytes, picobytes. Friends, as on today, the quantum of data available on different dimensions, on different aspects, is gigaterabytes. And what to do with all these data? It is a big problem. So it is the volume of data which is available, and we need to strategize it. For any policy decision, we need to extract data from big volume being collected at different points of time, at different places by different agencies. And we should also keep it in mind that the velocity at which the data are being generated, I just mentioned, that it is on a galloping speed. It is on exponential speed. The velocity at which the data are generated, it is really, we cannot match with it. For one reason, it is the variety of data which is being collected. Can we imagine the parameters on which data are being generated and are being collected? Perhaps there are enough number of parameters, a man can imagine much more than that. You think of any aspect of our life affecting our life directly or indirectly, centrally or laterally, data are being collected by one or another agency for everyone. So this velocity, the variety of data are being collected. And the data are being collected, the characteristics, when we define them in the term of volume, in terms of velocity, in terms of variety, there is one important characteristics also. Veracity, it is truthfulness of the data. And it is very important to take cognizance of veracity of the data also. What are the sources of big data? I just mentioned there are many places where from we are collecting data. Certainly, we all are familiar of the social media. Facebook, you all are very, very much familiar, and we are active on it. Twitter, we are active on it. Instagram, we are active on it. WhatsApp, we are active on it. LinkedIn, TikTok. Take any social media platform, data collection process is active. Each moment we are contributing to data collection through social media on variety of subjects, on variety of aspects, in variety of form, in variety of way, and it is contributing, it's being stored somewhere or other, we don't know where, because we are the only contributor. Internet of Things devices, the way the thermostats are working, thermostats fitted in different gadgets, the way the fitness trackers in cars are working, and a number of IoT devices. Say, anyone who visits hospital and gets his CT scan done, data is collected and data is stored somewhere, communicated to somewhere. The Internet of Things it is contributing to the mass of data at a very high speed. Like with satellites, the Earth is being covered by a number of satellites. Not only 1, 2, 5, 10, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, many thousands. Many thousand satellites are revolving around the Earth, almost camouflage the area above the Earth. And each satellite is collecting data, transmitting it, submitting it to the agencies for which the satellite is working. See, what is the speed at which we are getting data? Land use statistics, the way the available land on the earth is being utilized, the utilization pattern is changed, it is being recorded by satellites. And we all know that the information collected by satellites is suitably processed and used by human being. I give you an example. We all know that Google Map, whenever we travel, how it is guiding us. Who is providing the data? Certainly, the data are being collected, they are being assessed, processed, and then used through various electronic gadgets, environmental data. We all know that each day, every TV channel is forecasting weather. We all know that scientists are in a position to forecast whether a tsunami is going to come at what speed, some tide is coming at what speed, in what direction, whether there is a likelihood of any earthquake, whether there can be a slip of glacier. All these environmental data, not only this, what is the pollution level in air, all these information is being collected by satellite, sources of big data, they are being stored. There are certain sensors also. Manufacturing industries are using it. In agriculture itself, we are using sensor, transport, social health. Not only the vehicle movements. We all know that nowadays, in big cities, some software has come up for identifying parking. The parking to be obtained for a vehicle in a particular locality, in a particular cinema hall, in a particular mall, is to be booked first with the help of data only, with the help of certain gadgets working based on data and sensors. Likewise, e-commerce is again one important source of data. Each day, stock market is working. The fluctuation in the stock market, the online purchases, the malls, the brand preferences, the market surveys, and in nutshell, the e-commerce, we are generating data, big data. Not only this, the data being collected in the hospitals, each day we are getting data, new data, added sort of data in the stock market, forest data, data of the banking, sales, purchases, tax data. These are the a number, whatever we imagine, whatever it can think of, they are the source of big data because they are being generated, they are being recorded, they are being stored, they are being used. What do we do with these big data? Certainly, we do with these big data with the help of certain techniques. Data mining is one area in which we work. Machine learning, as on today, even school students are exposed to machine learning. Why? Because they can learn it and they can be proficient to face the future challenges and to sort out future strategies for the development. A new area of studies and specialization has emerged that is known as data analytics. As on today, everyone is talking of artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence is affecting our life to the extent that no one can do away with it. No one can feel that he is not a part of it. No one can even think of a situation that artificial intelligence is not affecting his life. And this artificial intelligence has come to the situation that even human being feels that he is much behind the output produced by the use of artificial intelligence. Do we know that? Even then today, just we request either ChatGPT or Meta or Grok about some information, instantly you'll get the information, correct information, almost correct information. Say, not only this, you ask ChatGPT, please compose me a poem. He'll just, on this topic, on that topic, he'll compose. Whether the poem should be romantic, he'll prepare within no time a romantic poem. It is very difficult to understand that whether it has been composed by some human being or machine is computing it. Some electronic gadget is composing it. Ask ChatGPT, please provide me a good poem from any good poet, say Maithili Sharan Gupta. He would ask you, okay, he would give many poems of Maithili Sharan Gupta. You ask, please give me a poem from the portion from the Panchvati of the Maithili Sharan Gupta. He will give you the portion of the Panchvati. Perhaps it may take time for us. So this artificial intelligence is governing our life and its technology. And it is not doing, just one person is not doing. The work is being done by distributed computing system. All data, when you put any query or any, the work is being distributed to a different computing system and instantly it is analyzed and given the results. So is the case with visualization tools. As in today, do you know that? And we all know it. There's not a question of asking, do you know? Through artificial intelligence, we are creating many things, visual things, paintings, caricatures, cartoons, and whatnot. So these are the tools and technologies for big data analytics. The big data support to sustainable development has a tremendous applications. It has environmental applications. It refers to climate monitoring for smart cities. It helps us in disaster response, disaster management, and it all helps us to shape our future. Not only this, it has economic applications also. Optimizing supply chain to reduce waste. The supply chain has taken an important place in business community, not only in business but in administration also. And routine administration, the concept of supply chain is taking very fast position. We can ensure financial inclusion. We all know that we all have some credit in our society. You ask your mobile through a particular gadget, or rather app, what is my credit score? He'll ask you certain information about yourself and he'll give you your credit score in the market. Sometimes we may feel happy in looking at it, and sometimes we feel that it is very bad. But certainly, whatever credit scores our mobile gives us, it has some sense. We are all concerned about the green economics. The big data support helps us for the green economics. Do we know the concern of government about the forests, the green parks, the agriculture? Everything supports the green economics. And that green economics has taken an important position in all economic and development activities. Big data support system has got social applications also. Public health monitoring is one of them. Government of India and state governments are launching and have launched also many public health schemes based on the analysis and inferences drawn from the big data. Inequality is being addressed, and to address inequality, Government of India and state governments are providing subsidies, financial assistance, financial help to needy people to bridge the gap between needy and those who are having have and have-nots. Personalized e-learning is also helping us for education, and the way Government of India is concerned about the education is really very important area where we need to address it. The action of big data, how does big data work? I just mentioned you that first and very important thing is collection of big data. We collect it, and not only we collect it, we store it also, we preserve it also. Collection, storing, preservation, retrieving, data mining is there for it. That data, the lot of data available there, and how to get the desired set of data, desired quantum of data pertaining to a particular sector. It is a big action, and it needs technology. It needs intelligence. It needs knowledge. It needs skill. Not only collection, storing. Once we retrieve data from the data set, from the storage data, we need to process it also. Why to process it? Without processing, through suitable techniques, perhaps we cannot manage the data in a proper manner. We need to process and place it for further analysis. Analysis to draw the inferences, to understand the phenomena, to move, to identify the path for development, to take action, to draw inferences. So these are the actions required for big data. That's collection, processing and management, analysis of data. There are certain benefits also. Benefits of big data is first is the improved decision making. A decision making with the help of set of big data is certainly better. The more heavy set of data is with us, the set of data with more number, with more quantity is with us, and the better techniques to analyze it we take, our decision making is improved. It is a big benefit of it. Perhaps in the want of which we will not be in a position to improve or take a proper decision, correct decision, befitting decision. It aids to our ability to innovate anything, to test anything. It aids to analyze anything. It aids to take action and decisions. It aids to identify the future research areas. Not only this, the big data, when we just look at our routine life, we all are customer at some or other counter. And we all carry our experience as a customer also. And our experience also is recorded, and that recorded experience help us or help agencies to improve their strategies. And that improved strategy will result in better services. And we, when encountered the better services, we improve our experience also. Not only this, a continuous intelligence is created and is done with the help of big data. We all are aware the activeness of our intelligence system, the speed at which they could identify the culprits of Delhi car blast. We all know that it is not just a coincidence that our intelligence system could get hold of those people, friends. The intelligence started working right from the point as reported by the newspapers and news agencies, right from the point when first poster was hanged or pasted on walls in J&K. You see the speed at which the information is collected, used, action is taken, and people have taken hold of it, and the government has taken hold of the culprit peoples. It also helps to ensure that the operations are efficient. Any operation, when you have right sort of data and right sort of direction, your operation increases. For example, when we travel in a car with Google Map, we reach to our destination with less of efforts, with precise location. That is efficient operation. Improved risk management. Risk associated with any decision is reduced when we analyze data, draw logical, meaningful, plausible decisions. Certainly it reduces the risk, so we improve our risk management system also. There are certain challenges of implementing big data analytics. One is how to tackle the data set. Lack of data talent and skills. It is not easy. We need to acquire proper skill for it. And only a well-qualified, suitably skilled, well-experienced person can certainly, and he only can make use of data analysis and data analytics to draw proper conclusions. The challenge is speed of data growth. I just mentioned that at each second we are growing, we are contributing to the set of data, quantum of data. The speed, it is tremendous. It's a challenge how to keep pace with it. When data are being generated at tremendous speed, the quality of data is to be ensured, and we know that it is very difficult to ensure the quality of data because data are being collected by different people at different point of time with different frames, with different purposes. All are being stored. The quality of data is certainly is always in question. And that problem is a big challenge. Not only this, when there is a compliance violation, we know that in certain states, the election commission is revising the electoral list. Government has given certain instructions to the people that when BLO visits you, when any person representing election commission visits you, please give him correct answer. But situation is well known to us. If someone visits our home, perhaps we are not complying with the instructions of the election commission or government of India or state government or even our moral obligation. Sometimes a large section of society is not cooperating. It is a compliance violation. Integration complexity, data are being collected at different point of time by different people and for one purpose, for one parameter. If they are to be clubbed, then integrating it is a very complex process. When we divide data and analyze at different centers, then also it is a complex procedure. So it is a big challenge that how to integrate the data, the inferences to be drawn from the integrated data. And very important is whatever data we have got, we have collected, there can be data, they are very simple data, very confidential data, super confidential data related to safety of the nation, security of the nation, how to keep them secured. Data trade has become a very important activity. We know that any person who has got information and that information which is secret information can do any harm to the nation or society. The security is very important because the access to data is power. As on today, power. What do we mean by power? It was a time when fire was the power. Millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, fire was the power. Homo sapien, human being, dependent upon the fire. After a long time, muscle power become the power. The person who is strong enough would win a person with fire even. Later on, a time passed. Society believed that fire came from the barrel of a gun. The one who has got a gun in his hand was considered to be more powerful than a person who is having muscle power. Then the person with information or knowledge how to take care of the person with gun, if he has got knowledge, he was more powerful. Then came the information is power. You should have information, the who is there, what is there, where to manipulate the things, where to access, whom to access. It's all information. And get your work done and get yourself in comfort position. The information is power. And today, access to information is power because every nation is trying to get data of another country. It is by any means. And people are employed, deployed in different countries in different manners to get the data. Espionage is one activity. Access to information is power. And for that, we need to keep our data secured enough that no one can take it. It is a big challenge. Friends, I think that it is not the end. It is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. I only say that AI is not future, it is the present. Big data management requires evidence-based research. In the era of big data, intuition inspires us, but data decides. Friends, may I say that data is new oil, AI is refinery, and educators are the engineers of that refinery, entrusted to shape the future. If knowledge is power, then AI is the knowledge at the speed of light. Friends, big data is vast, like an endless sea. Knowledge is the ship, and teachers hold the key to the ship. Let data guide and AI refine, but let our vision always shine. Friends, let our vision always shine. I complete my talk here because the time is over now. The data we take in consideration should be subjected to evidence-based decision making, and that evidence-based decision making is again very important dimension to be given thought. Any question, please? I conclude my talk here.
Thank you so much, sir. If anyone is having any kind of questions, they can either type or they can one-to-one interact with sir. I think session was
One-to-one interactive is most welcome.
yes, sir. The session was great, and it was more about moral basic things, and I totally loved it. So, if anyone is having any questions, please type your questions.
Some two questions on the.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Voice is not clear. Please.
Hello, sir. Is I am audible?
Yeah, now you're audible. Yes, please. Please raise your query, sir. I'll learn from you. Because I am not reading any question here, otherwise I am thankful to the comments you are passing. Madam, please, if there is any question.
Hello,
Sir, I
sir.
will read if any question will come. Actually, they all are appreciating.
Hello,
There
sir.
is
Good
no
evening,
question
sir.
so far.
Yeah,
Yes,
Myself,
yes.
Amaresh. Sir,
Yeah.
is it true that big data centers need more water?
Big data center needs more water.
Yes, sir. Big data centers, the data centers which stores more amount of data,
Yeah.
They need more water.
I don't have any idea about it. I don't think it's correct.
So let me clarify the question. The question is for big storage data, na, there will be
Yeah.
storage unit or lots of drives are there. So
Yeah.
उनका हीट रहता है तो उनको कूल डाउन करने के लिए पानी चाहिए, ये उनका क्वेश्चन है, क्योंकि
No, it
पीछे
is
जैसे
not
आया
so.
था
It
ये
is not
चीज।
so. It is not so.
ओके।
To my understanding, to my information, it is not so. Big data stores do not need much water because water is such a thing which can be recycled. You know it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because why? Because in our Andhra Pradesh, there is a Mr. CM Garu has going to establish a big data center near Vizag, which is near to
Yeah.
the port area.
Yeah.
There is a claiming that it's needed more water. That's why it was established near the port areas.
Sir, to my understanding, it is not necessary. He might be having some other considerations also. And I reserve my opinion on one specific aspect why a person is interested in making his data center at the sea area near the port, because there can
Yes,
be
sir.
some other reasons also.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome.
Hello.
And
Hello.
can you
Good
please
evening, sir. Am I audible?
have
Yes,
your very
please।
audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, you have talked about the income inequality in your PPT. So I want to,
Pardon, sir, office, please pardon.
sir, income inequality you have talked about.
Income inequality, yeah.
Sir, how can we solve this problem actually? How can we reduce this?
My dear friend, income inequality can be reduced by many methods. One very simple, I tell you, which is not to be adopted. We collect all income and divide it equally to all, but it is not advisable. Second is, we just make our strategies, our policies such that uh, even one who is not having any facility, any scope, any opportunity can also earn. And for that, Government of India has initiated skill education, skill-oriented working. State governments or Government of India or our Honorable Prime Minister has just expressed and given a idea that vocal for local, each district, one product. All these are the concepts which are going to reduce the income inequality. But income inequality can be reduced. One way is that every person who can work should work, who can contribute to the best of his capacities, capabilities, and keep on improving his capacities and capabilities. Because if you do any work, you get a return of it. If I just sit idle in my home and I just expect that I should have some income, the government of India, which is providing any subsidy or help, will not continue it. It's not going to help us in shaping, envisaging, and creating sustainable future. Certainly for sustainable future, the contribution of the labor, the intellect, the physical labor, the mental labor, the concepts and the efforts of each one is needed to shape, to envisage, to create a sustainable future. And for that, everyone has to work sincerely. One more thing, if somebody wants to exploit the efforts of someone because of his needs, one should not sell himself at a price which is much less than he deserves. It is very important because in this competitive world, as on today, it is going on very fast that we try to purchase things at a lower rate, we try to hire people at a lower rate, and it is called exploitation. So that exploitation should be removed, diminished, when we do not sell at a rate which is not justifiable. Certainly it will help us and it will make others to pay due for the services or product they get. Any query, sir?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
So there's a question. Any statistical tool for analysis of big data?
As on today, we have been working, I just mentioned, we all are academicians, we have been working on very small set of data for our PhD, for our projects, for our researches. But when we go for the big data, certainly data mining, it's a big concept. We need to know the data analytical tools, data segregation tools. I tell you an example that in analysis of data, about 20, 25, 30 years ago, the people who used to analyze data manually, perhaps only a rare of them could invert a matrix of 4x4 manually. And today we are inverting matrix of any parameter, any number of rows or columns based on the computer facilities. And all these techniques are the same, but we need to adopt them. The multivariate techniques all we have been using are very important. Nowadays, we all know that the principal component analysis, factor analysis, transport, rather, there are many such techniques, classification problems, and correspondence analysis. These are the techniques. They were rarely used earlier. And with the help of data mining, when we adopt these, perhaps we shall be in a position to do something good. Battery. Friends, there are many techniques. We know that data analytics tools are there, and as on today, statistics has become one very important subject for every subject. But likewise, data analytics, I just mentioned that it has emerged as a new area. So we should depend on that also. The operation research techniques earlier, about 20, 25 years ago, only a few number of parameters were considered. Today, many parameters are considered. And we see that the techniques, when we just search, we'll get it. And as on today, the artificial intelligence is taking help of the fuzzy logic, the pattern recognition, the speech recognition, all this because of the fuzzy logic. We need to understand and use this fuzzy logic because only a few of us are using it in practically. So these are all the very important techniques. Anything, sir?
Yes, is anyone having any other query? You all can unmute yourselves and directly ask.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
So, how can we use this big data in agriculture sector, sir? Like, how can we integrate it into the agriculture?
Not only in agriculture, big data are being used everywhere in agriculture. Do we know that how many varieties of rice we had? How many varieties of rice as on today we have? Where these varieties have gone, their germplasm has gone. International Institute of Rice Research, Philippines, they have collected all this and they are doing work on it. We had more than 1,000 varieties, if I don't correctly remember the number as on today, and today on some hundreds only. The problem of basmati could be resolved only because of the big data analysis. So in agriculture, the production functions which are we are working out, the Cobb-Douglas function which we have been using, how many variables we have been using, and today how many variables we can use. It's all because of big data analytics. The cost of cultivation scheme, the support prices being declared by Government of India, all over the India, data are being collected from different states on different crops. They are segregated, they are analyzed. The data on railway, they are being collected, and railway tracks are the data on the aeroplane. The big data analytics are in agriculture also equally important, especially the weather parameters are very important for agriculture, weather forecasting. In agriculture, we can use big data for weather forecasting. So agriculture is a very prominent field where certainly any data analytical technique can be used in the field of agriculture as it can be used in any other field. It is just a matter of your imagination and efforts. Any more question?
Sir, I have one question. I'm Surekha. And my question is, when we actually, regarding the sustainability modeling and data is incomplete and biased or comes from multiple heterogeneous sources, how reliable is the sustainability, sir?
I just mentioned you, it is one of the challenge.
Yeah,
Reliability,
because
even reliability of data is questioned when we are collecting data from human beings. You just ask me anything.
right, sir.
How do
And then
you make yourself sure that I am giving you correct information? So it depends upon one assumption that somebody is expressing himself as an overestimate, providing a contribution to overestimate, somebody is providing to underestimate, and we normalize it.
right.
And still that normalization process is not final. We need to update it time and again, we need to retrieve it time and again. Certainly we'll reach to some conclusion. The computers are working on retrieving models.
Right. Because why I ask this question is like I'm into agriculture and food, sir. So I'm an entrepreneur as well. So why I ask this is like when these apps and all that, like the remote sensing, IoT and satellite data is integrated to build a real-time environment monitoring systems like air, water and soil health. I was just confused, like, is it a real data which we are getting or it is biased, or how accurate it can be, or what percent we can, because we are working on a system where we are developing it. So that's the reason this question ending.
No, your question is very valid, and the only your experience will help you to make a decision whether you should rely on it or not.
Okay.
It is your experience only, because the difference I just mentioned, data are being collected by different people at different sources. They are being partitioned differently. They are then integrated. So there can be error, and they are prone to error. There is every likelihood there is some error, but still a direction is given. We get a direction. For example, we know that this, what it is, psephology, election forecasting, all based on data, predictions for the future. But might be we are not 100% true, but we get a direction. Some cases we fail, some individuals fail, but we just look at in our TV and just assess that different survey agencies are providing some different information, different estimates, then take an average of it. Then we feel that there's okay, such and such are the expected results. Those
Right.
expected results may not be true. We all know. So is the case with another situation also.
Okay. Understood. So if I'm allowed one clarification, sir, one more clarification.
Yeah, you are most welcome.
So see, this data, how this data can help quantify and reduce the carbon footprint, because being an agriculture from seed to consumer, when we are talking about agriculture, carbon footprint and reducing the carbon footprint and all that.
Madam,
So
carbon
the
footprint,
data which we are
maybe I
collecting,
got your point. First of all, the parameters on which the carbon footprint is assessed is to be addressed first.
okay,
The reason being, the parameters for carbon footprints are being parameters are decided by other countries, not by India. India
Very
has
true,
its
sir.
own different things, different situations. If you have your
Right.
kitchen garden, it is not accounted.
Right, sir. That's a big thing, actually. I was like little confused and how actually we can. And everybody are speaking about this carbon footprint and all that, but
Everybody,
India
government
doesn't
of
have
India
a
is speaking
proper.
of the carbon footprint because it is relying on the parameters given by other countries. But
Exactly, sir.
we have never made any effort. I give you another example. The development index is being worked out on the basis on the parameter set by other countries, Western countries.
Right,
What are
sir.
their parameters? Number of cars a person is possessing. What are their parameters? Per capita petrol consumption. That is their
Right.
parameter.
Right,
Do
sir.
they consider number of years a couple is living together? It is our parameter. If we set this parameter, perhaps we will be much high. Do they keep it as a parameter that the number of times a person beats his wife or a wife beats his husband?
Right.
It is in our India, we will be at the top in the world. It is a matter
Very
of
true.
what parameters we are assessing. The development is the development consumption of petrol. Development is how cohesively we live in our family, how casually we live in our society, how we help our needy friend. It is not there in that parameter. But if we keep this parameter, social parameter, if we keep in economic parameter, we do earn not for ourselves. We earn for our family.
Right.
It is a parameter. On my
Very
earnings, how many persons I am supporting? They will have a parameter that how many dollars I am earning per month, average earning per capita, average expenditure on others per capita. Let's work it out. Or similar parameters, because it is a matter of parameters. What parameters we are assessing? There is one famous saying, Jaisi drashti, vaisi srashti.
Very true,
The
sir.
way we look at the things, we will get the results accordingly.
But then we have to like completely depend on the parameters or the research and all that. If we are doing any R&D on the Indian parameters or anything, so how actually the tech
Madam,
companies or
with just on the lighter side, I do study, you are also studying all these things. But when I earn even a rupee, I like to spend in my family.
right.
So is the case with you. Whatever academically we are required to do, we are doing it. We are doing it. And based on it, we are not killing our consciences. We are not killing our understanding. We are not killing just on the basis of this parameter. I'll never spend whole money on myself because USA parameter says this.
Very true. Okay, sir. Understood. Yeah.
Are you satisfied?
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And if anything,
Welcome.
actually, I'll be taking your number from Ankur and I'll be talking to you, sir. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Any more question?
सर ने काफी अच्छी तरीके से सबकी क्वेरीज बताई हैं आज. सो कोई और है जो सर से क्वेश्चन करना चाहता है तो प्लीज अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं. Otherwise, we are going to end the session. Okay, so thank you so much, sir. We are truly grateful for the time, wisdom, and experience you shared with us today. Your words were not just informative, but genuinely inspiring. The clarity with which you explain concepts, the depth of your academic and administrative experience, and the way you connect every point with real educational and societal relevance has left all of us enriched. On the behalf of all of the Winter School Bharat 2025 team, faculty, and participants, thank you so much for your valuable time and for the blessings with your vast knowledge and inspiring thoughts. We feel very honored that you guided us today with such warmth and sincerity. ऐसे ही आप अपना सहयोग अगली एकेडमिक एक्टिविटीज में एग्रीमीट फाउंडेशन के साथ बनाए रखना. Thank you so much from Dr. Ankush Sharma sir also.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
You all can leave.
We all can leave. Thank you very much.